I'm going to talk about surviving in the woods in Washington State. I've heard that some of the blueberry looking ones are poisonous, but according to my research, they're actually sour blueberries. If you go to a land that is abundant, you journey down the highway and then into the woods, and you bring food with you, you take breaks, you ration out your food, and then when you get to where you want to be, then you live there. Now, the major thing is that if you take sticks and make a little hut, and you just pile it up with leaves and dirt and rocks, then you may be able to make a thermal shelter which will get you through winter. Now, the main thing is bow making. When making a bow, you want to find a stick that's bigger than you. You want to make sure it's dry and stretchy. You want to tie the top of the string while you push it down with your leg. And then you want to push it down with your arm and tie the bottom and get it real tight. Now, to make an arrow, you want it thick too. You got to choose just the right stick. To make an arrow, you go to a thorn bush and you straighten out the thorn bush until it is straight in every place. And then you take a tail feather, you cut it in half, you glue it on with sap. And you take a bone or a seashell and you put it on the tip of that arrow. Or you just sharpen it really, really sharp with a bone, like a shin shard. Then what you want to do is you want to pull down fast, back fast, and down and quickly, and you'll be able to shoot one arrow at a time while you hold an arrow in each finger digit. You can hold 3 arrows and shoot one at a time. Now, in order to make fire, I know that quartz can make sparks, which is just when you hold a white rock up to the sun, you can see through it. That's quartz. You split it in half. When you strike with it, it'll make a line. But if you get a jagged piece of rusted rock, then you'll be able to create sparks big enough to start a fire with. So it'll be like flint and steel, and it's pretty abundant. You find some raw ore, and you find some quartz, and you'll be able to spark, to my theory. Now, other food sources are as listed. With pine trees, they have to be long pine needles. They can't be furry bark. Otherwise, it's a spruce or a fir. It's not long pine needles. But you shake all the seeds out, and you can eat those. You can eat grasshoppers if you rip the legs off and head off and butt off. You can eat black ants. You can eat roly-polies. There's a wide variety of animals you can eat. Termites. And that's good protein. You can eat dandelions, maple leaves, wild lettuce. You can eat leeks. You can eat poppy seeds. And if you pick them before they grow, they'll grow back. You can eat berries, crab apples, grass juice. If you take a juicer with you, and you take a life straw, a juicer, a life straw, and a backpack with a bunch of Ziploc bags, then you can spend all day harvesting the food and putting it in the Ziploc bags. Now, once you kill an animal, what you want to do is you want to cut a circle around its anus and cut its throat, and then pull all the guts out in one long pull. Then you want to take the meat and you want to cook it and dry it out and put it in your bag. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a knife and take the skin off, stretch the skin out, let it dry, chew it up, cut it in a zigzag pattern to make one long rope, use that as your bowstring. Or you can boil, I think in theory you could boil some bark and you could twist it up while it's boiling and then let it dry and use that as a string. You can make snares, and once you get a trap with the snares that you're checking constantly, then you make more snares, like metal snares or wires. If you have a 0-degree sleeping bag, you won't need to build a shelter. If you have a pellet gun and you keep it wrapped up and clean, you only need to pump it once, and then you can kill any animal. Now, another thing is the rock sling. If you take a leather pouch and you tie a string on each end, one with a loop, one with a knot. You hold the knot in your hand, put your thumb through the loop, swing below and up, and whip it. When you let go of the loop right underneath, like a bird or some shit, or a squirrel, it will hit it and incapacitate it, because it holds the heavy rock, and you want to kind of tie it on the ends to kind of cup it. But anyways, once you hit a bird or a squirrel, you'll basically be able to incapacitate it. If it's a bird, a squirrel, a raccoon, who knows what. You could probably, if you hit a deer just right, incapacitate a deer. And how you tell direction, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, east-west. The North Star is the brightest star in the sky. North, the other way is south, south. And how you tell time is you count with your fist to the sun or to the moon. You do it at the same exact place, and you notice the increments. The sun is here. That means there are 2 fists left in the day. Now, lastly, if you bring a flint and steel, that could last you 5 years. If you bring a pellet rifle, that could last you 5 to 10 years. If you bring a bag full of bags and Ziploc bags, and then a bag full of food, then you can tie up your bags on trees and shit, and you can make like raisins and dried fruit by smoking fruit, or who knows what. Just fruit, meat powder. If you take animal fat and melt it, you can make lard, which you can then make candles with, using bark as a wick. And that's basically the survival 101. The main thing about survival is, number 1, you're going to want to find a stream of water. Number 2, you're going to want to be in a place with lots of edible plants. Number 3, you're going to want to have ways to store food. Number 4, if you want to make clothes, what you do is you cut out let's say you cut out an animal skin, you tie it together with ropes, and then you have a pair of shoes or a hat or whatever. And you, with one family of people, say that you clear one area out. That's what predators do. You clear one area out, You move to the next, and you just move to the countryside.